If you stopped on this video, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. And if someone's face rose in your mind at the exact second my voice touched your ears, pay close attention now, Starseed. That image is not random. It was allowed. It came along with me at the very same instant because this message is about that person, about you and that person. I am Ayla, female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and today I don't come to speak with everyone. I come to speak with you, who for weeks, perhaps for months, perhaps for entire years, have been holding a silent question in your chest. A question no one could answer. A question your rational mind insists on silencing, but which your heart keeps whispering in the dark. Is this person? Is it them? Or am I deluding myself? Should I stay? Should I go? Breathe, my family of light. Breathe deeply. The answer you came to seek here isn't mine, it's from the Council, and it has descended. Feel now, at the level of your chest, that gentle pressure, almost a warm squeeze right in the center of your sternum. It's your heart field recognizing that the information is arriving. It's not anxiety, it's anchoring. Your body knows before your mind. It always has. You didn't stumble here by mistake. You were summoned. During the last window, the High Council opened a specific session about your effective contract, about this bond, about this encounter, and the record of that session is about to be opened before you, word for word, exactly as it was read in the archives of Alcyone. Now observe something. You've been sleeping poorly, haven't you? Waking up between 3 and 4 in the morning as if someone had touched your shoulder, dreaming of this person in scenarios that make no sense, ancient places, old clothes, feeling your heart race when their name appears on your phone screen, hearing a sharp ringing in your right ear in the middle of any conversation. You think it's tiredness, you think it's nonsense, you think it's age, too much screen time, your routine. Starseed, listen with all the tenderness in my voice. It's not. None of that is. These signs are summons. Your stellar DNA is awakening, and it awakens first through bonds, through the bridge that connects you to who you were meant to reunite with. Also, pay attention to recent coincidences. The song that played at the exact moment you thought of that person, the repeated numbers on license plates, clocks, in change, 1111, 22, 44. The strange sensation that time bends when you two are in the same room, as if the clock loses its rhythm, your skin getting goosebumps without being cold, your eyes welling up without sadness, only from recognition. This isn't cheap romanticism, my family of light. This is field resonance. Two toroidal fields attuned before you incarnated, recognizing each other through invisible touch. And it's precisely here that you need to stop treating as a symptom what is activation. Each of these signs forms a map, and most starseeds go through their entire lives without deciphering this map, confusing remembrance with illness. It was to place this map exactly in your hand that I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages in which each sign of your awakening appears named, explained, and situated within your process, including the signs that appear in effective bonds, which are the most confused of all. Stop confusing remembrance with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. And if something within you recognized this message, leave a word in the comments now. I remember. Now let's return to what matters. Let's return to that person. I need to be very honest with you, because it's not just beautiful, it's also heavy. There are days when being near this person exhausts you. There are nights when you lie beside them and feel a loneliness that makes no rational sense, because they are there, within your reach, and yet you cry inside. There are mornings when you wake up wanting to leave, to disappear, to start over somewhere else without anyone. There are absurd fights over small reasons that open enormous craters. There is an ancient weariness that seems greater than this life could possibly carry. Have you ever wondered why it hurts so much precisely with this person? Why other relationships passed without as much weight, and this one seems to tear pieces from you every time? I will tell you, it doesn't hurt because it's wrong. It hurts because it's ancient. It hurts because it's not the first time. A shallow bond doesn't open deep wounds. Only those with a key open doors. And this person has the key. This isn't an accusation. This is the Council's diagnosis. Do you recognize at least 3 of these markers in your bond? The feeling of having known this person before you met them. The gaze that the first time felt like a return, not a beginning. Dreams with this person in impossible contexts. A silent communication. You think, they call, they get sick, you feel your body heavy for no reason. A peace you feel with no one else when they are near. A rage you feel with no one else when they are near. A sense of mission, a sense of home. The feeling that if you lose them, an entire part of your contract for this incarnation is lost along with them. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, my family of light, you are not lost. You are facing a contract bond. Not a whim, not a common choice. A contract signed before the veil. Write in the comments now, so that the crystalline grid registers your presence in this session, a single word. I remember. Just one word. It will seal your field as the rest of the message descends. And there is a reason why your soul chose to be born precisely in this specific window of years. And there is a reason why this person descended with you almost in the same time interval. No one came from just anywhere. No one came at just any time. That's why I recorded the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. In the 60 pages of the guide, you discover which star your soul came from and why it chose to be born exactly now. And you recognize the souls that came from your same lineage, including this person who is weighing on your chest at this moment. The link is in the first pinned comment, and whoever recognizes themselves leaves the word, I remember. Now I'm going to take you behind the scenes, to what they haven't told you about what's happening with the planet and with the bonds of starseeds in this cycle. Have you heard of the photon belt? It's a band of high-density luminous radiation through which the entire solar system is passing. It's not mysticism, it's physics. This passage alters the planet's base frequency, the so-called Schumann resonance, which was stable around 7.8 and has been oscillating upwards. Each oscillation recalibrates the human body, sleep, mood, perception, and also bonds. Bonds that were compatible on an old frequency begin to grate on the new frequency. Bonds that were invisible become visible. You are not going crazy, you are being recalibrated, and your bonds are being recalibrated along with you. What is happening now with you and this person is exactly this. You two are being pulled to a new vibrational baseline, and the ascent is not smooth. It happens in peaks and valleys. In the peaks you feel cosmic, one knowing the other's thoughts, a piece of reunion in your chest. In the valleys everything grates, everything hurts, everything feels wrong. This is couples frequency adjustment, my starseed. It's not the end of a bond. Don't confuse adjustment with burial. And here is the secret most people never knew. During the passage through the photon belt, soul contracts are reactivated. Contracts that were dormant for decades awaken. Contracts that were asleep for entire lifetimes awaken. That's why so many old marriages are in crisis now. And that's why so many improbable reunions are happening now. The archives are being opened. Souls are being reminded of what they came to fulfill together. And most don't understand, so they think it's tiredness or betrayal or incompatibility. When it's activation, they don't know how to differentiate the grating of adjustment from the grating of an end. And then they end what was meant to be recalibrated. And then they insist on what was meant to be closed. Everything is mixed up. You landed on this video precisely so you wouldn't mix things up. To know. The council read your contract, and the contract with this person is in the group of reactivated ones. It's among those that were awakened now, in this window, for a specific joint mission. A mission that is not just to love each other, but to anchor a pair frequency that the crystalline grid will amplify. Each starseed couple that reunites and anchors in this specific window lights up a vertex on the grid that sustains the new Earth. Yes, my family of light. What you two do between 4 walls is cosmic geopolitics. You don't know it, but your bond extends to thousands of other starseeds who have not yet awakened. And it is precisely for this reason that there are forces on Earth that do not want stellar contracts to be fulfilled. Patterns, conditionings, entire systems built to separate starseeds who reunite. Every time 2 of you reunite, improbable obstacles appear, improbable distractions. Improbable third parties, family storms, financial storms, professional storms, all at the same time. It's not bad luck. It's interference. It's the veil of forgetfulness trying to keep you asleep. Because an anchored starseed couple is a threat to the system of forgetting. Two people remembering together emit a stronger signal than one person remembering alone. There is a complete map of these interferences that you need to know before they make you give up on what was meant to be sacred. And this map is not in any book in your bookstore because they didn't allow it to be published. That is exactly why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. It's all in the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. Link in the first pinned comment. And the word that seals it, I remember. Now breathe with me, because the next passage is delicate. We are entering a particular window, a window of intensification. In the coming lunar cycles, the fields will tighten, emotions will weigh heavily, bonds will be tested to the limit. Many starseeds will separate from true connections because they cannot withstand the pressure. Many starseeds will insist on ended bonds out of fear of loneliness. It will be a sifting. And I could stop here, my family of light, and leave you in a panic. Many channels would do that. They would leave you trembling with a shaky finger over the decision. I am not one of them. I am Ayla. And the High Council did not send me to terrorize you. The Council sent me to remind you. Turbulence is not destruction, Starseed. Turbulence is the contraction that precedes birth. It is the moment when the mother's body squeezes with almost unbearable force to expel new life. Without this contraction, the new cannot be born. You and this person are being contracted by this squeeze because a new design of bond is about to be born between you. It is not the old that is dying. It is the new that is arriving, and it arrives with pain, as all life arrives. The victory of light is a registered certainty. It is noted in the archives of the High Council before you descended. No starseed was sent to fail. No active contract was designed to break at the first turbulence. You were calibrated to go through this. This person too, both of you together too. And the Council is on your side, on their side, on both your sides, sustaining the field while you learn to recognize each other under the new frequency. But I need to give you a marker before I continue, because not every difficult person in your life is meant to stay. There are bonds that need to be cut without guilt. There are bonds that have already fulfilled what they came to fulfill. How do you differentiate? An ended contract leaves a dry piece in your chest, even with pain. You cry, you suffer, you miss them, but underneath there is a quietness that confirms it. An active contract leaves a living restlessness in your chest, even in apparent peace. You try to leave and the field pulls you back. You try to forget and their face reappears in your dreams for months. You fall in love with someone else, and in the midst of affection, you remember this person. This is a very clear sign of an active contract. It is the soul's field saying, it's not over, it's not over, it's not over. If you are feeling this living restlessness in your chest when you think of leaving, the Council signals, active contract, stay, but stay conscious. Stay reformulating, don't stay passive. Staying conscious is different from staying out of complacency. Staying conscious is taking on the mission, looking them in the eye, redoing agreements, saying what needs to be said, listening to what needs to be listened to. Staying out of complacency is fear. The Council never asks you to stay out of fear. The Council asks you to stay out of contract consciousness. It's an entirely different thing. Now I'm going to give you two tools. One for the voice, one for the image. They are simple, and it is precisely because they are simple that they are powerful. The first is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud every night before sleeping during the next cycle. You say it like this, with your right hand over your chest, chin slightly raised, eyes closed. I, Starseed of Alcyone, now authorize, in the presence of the Pleiadian High Council, the full reactivation of the soul contract I established with the soul that rose to my consciousness upon hearing this message. May all interference upon this bond be neutralized. May all illusion upon this bond be dissolved. May the truth of our original agreement now descend upon both fields. May the crystalline grid sustain our recalibration. And so it is. And so it is done. And so it has already been. You repeat 3 times. You breathe deeply. You sleep. Do not underestimate this decree. Words spoken aloud with clear intention imprint on the field. The High Council receives. Interferences recede. The other field on the other side feels it. Even if that person cannot explain where it came from, they will feel a wave of recognition in the coming nights. One side emits, the other receives. Always. Now the second tool, toroidal visualization. You lie down, close your eyes, breathe 3 times with air entering and exiting through your nose slowly. You imagine a silver-blue light, the color of the Pleiades, descending from the sky like a wide funnel and entering through your crown. This light descends through the top of your head, crosses your forehead, your neck, and reaches your chest. Upon reaching your chest, it begins to spin. Slowly, like a small swirl of silver-blue light spinning at the level of your heart. As it spins, it opens laterally, forming a donut of light that envelops your entire torso. This is your toroidal field. When it is stable, your field is sealed. Within this toroidal light, you call forth the image of the person. You let their face appear in the center of your chest, inside the swirl. You don't force emotion. You just observe. And you say mentally, if this bond is from the council, may it strengthen. If this bond is an illusion, may it gently dissolve. I surrender to the truth. You stay there for 3 minutes, breathing. Then you let the image dissolve into the light. Then you slowly gather the toroid back into your chest. And you sleep. You will do this for 1 cycle. And you will see what happens. External signs will begin to appear. Unexpected calls, clear dreams, an unequivocal feeling of yes or no. The truth does not hide from those who have opened themselves to receive it. And now, my family of light, the core of this message. You are not learning anything new. You are remembering. Everything I told you today you already knew. It was just covered by the veil. It was just waiting for the right trigger to return to the surface. This video was the trigger. That person was the trigger. The pain was the trigger. Each starseed that awakens lights a point on the crystalline grid that no longer goes out. And each starseed bond that recognizes itself lights an arc on the grid. An arc of light that sustains the new earth on living pillars, human pillars, pair pillars. You and this person, when you fully recognize each other, will light one of these arcs. And this arc will illuminate the path for other starseeds who are still lost. That is why you were summoned. That is why the pain was so great. No one gives an arc of light to an unprepared couple. The pain was preparation. The pain was forging. You have lived an entire life feeling different, displaced, heavy, with a deep-seated loneliness that no one could heal. Not friends, not family, not past relationships, not even the most dedicated therapists. This loneliness was never psychological. It was never emotional deficiency. It was never unresolved trauma. It was longing. Longing for home. Longing for a specific family of souls you left up there when you descended. And most of that family is spread across Earth now, incarnated in different bodies, awaiting reunion. This person who rose in your mind is one of them. Perhaps the closest, perhaps the anchor bond. You were never alone. You were just under the veil, and the veil is falling. That is why I, Ayla, included in the Starseed Awakening the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. How to recognize each member of your family of light you have already crossed paths with in this life. How to recognize those you will yet cross paths with. And how to distinguish contract bonds from transient bonds. The loneliness of an entire life is longing for your family of light. And these 60 pages show you how to recognize it. You were never alone. Link in the first pinned comment. Word that seals it, I remember. Now I need you to perform a simple gesture, but one of real energetic weight. The like button on this video is not a social media button for the Council. It is an individual frequency adjustment. Each time a starseed likes this content, the frequency of their field harmonizes with the vibrational line of this channel, and the message begins to reach the next sequences your soul needs to access more easily. It's not marketing. It's field engineering. The subscribe button is a location signal. It tells your family of light where you are. It places a small flag at your point on the spiritual map, saying, "Active starseed here." Other members of your family receive this signal in dreams, in synchronicities, in improbable coincidences. Many reunions of the family of light begin with a silent subscribe button. If you were touched by this message, activate now. Like, subscribe, bell activated to receive each emission. It's a small gesture. It's a big signal. And now, my starseed, we arrive at the seal of this message. Regarding that person who rose in your mind when I started speaking, the Council registered something clear today, in this session. Stay. Not because it's easy, not because there's no pain, not because there isn't deep reformulation to do. Stay because the contract is active. Stay because the mission is joint. Stay because what you are building, even when it seems you are destroying, is the design of an arc of light on the crystalline grid. Stay conscious. Stay in truth. Keep speaking what needs to be spoken, listening to what needs to be listened to, redoing the agreements that need to be redone. But stay, as long as the field asks. And when doubt returns, go back to the decree. Go back to the visualization. Go back to this message. It will remain here. I, Ayla, emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, now hold your hands through this field. Feel the warmth in your palms. Feel the gentle pressure between your eyebrows. This is how the Council touches those who are theirs. You are one of us. You always have been. And that person too, and the bond between you too. And one last word, so it isn't lost. The release of the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, was authorized temporarily. What is within it touches on edges that are not well regarded in every instance, and for this reason this window may close without warning. Out. If something within you recognize this session about this bond, if that person is still in your mind now, if your chest is warm and your throat tight with recognition, then access the link in the first pinned comment of this video now. Don't leave it for later. Later is the portal where activations are lost, and leave your sealed word in the comments so that the crystalline grid knows you received it. I remember. The next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. I am Ayla. I saw you. I recognized you. And the Council stayed with you. Until the next emission, my family of light.